Hi guys. So today we are working on 8.2, which is the problem solving one. So once again, we're going to have our chart that we end up working with. Let me fill in the chart and then I'll come back. All right, so this is the chart that you have on page 361. Let's read the problem and then fill it in. Erica makes 6 submarine sandwiches and cuts each sandwich into thirds. How many 1/3 size sandwich pieces does she have? What do I need to find? I need to find how many sandwich pieces we have. What information do I need to use? I need to use the size of each piece the size of each sandwich. No, of each piece of sandwich. Yeah, that's the only word that makes sense, even though I don't see why that's overly. Okay, fine. We're just filling in the blanks here. I need to know the size of each piece of sandwich and the number of pieces she cuts. Really? Okay. How will I use this information? I can use a model. It looks like that's what they decided to do over here anyway. So I'm just going to put down use a model. I can use a model to organize the information from the problem. Then I can use the organized information to find the number of sandwiches. And I ended up off screen, huh? Okay, to find the number of sandwiches. Or sandwich pieces, if you want to put it that way instead. All right, so let's go over to the solve the problem side. Since Erica cuts 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 submarine sandwiches, my diagram needs to show 6 rectangles to represent the sandwiches. I can divide each of those 6 rectangles into thirds. To find the total number of thirds in the 6 rectangles, I can multiply the number of thirds in each rectangle by the number of rectangles. So 6 divided by 1/3 is equal to 6 times, and there are 1, 2, 3 in each. 6 times 3 is 18. And so Erica has 18 1/3 size sandwich pieces. Next page. Okay, so I am going to make the chart the way I want to make the chart. We have our question. We have our information. And then we have how we're going to use the information. So I'm going to put down operation. That's going to be on one side. Draw my line down the middle. Then on the other side, I'm just going to put down solve, because that's where we're going to solve it. Okay? Question, information, operation, and solve. Those are the 4 parts for any of the word problems. That's how we go through them. Question, information, operation, and solve. Our question, Roberto is cutting 3 blueberry pies into halves to give to his neighbors. How many neighbors will get half of a pie? So our question is literally stated. how many neighbors will get half of a pie. So the things that we know is our information. We know we have 3 pies. We also know that they are cut in half. They're cut in half. Okay, that's the 2 pieces of information we have. That's what's important. The operation that we're going to be doing is probably drawing a model again. So draw a model. That's going to be our operation. That's going to be how we're going to solve it. So I'll make my 3 pies. 1, 2, 3. I'll cut each of them in half. And so I end up with 3 divided by 1/2 is equal to 3 times 2 in each part. And 3 times 2 is 6. So we end up with 6 neighbors will get 1/2 of the pie. Explain how the diagram you drew for a division problem helps you to write a multiplication sentence. It tells me how many parts are in each whole. Tells me how many parts are in each whole. That's all. Okay. Right. So let's work on the share and show ones. We got plenty of time. Share and show. First off, a chef has 5 blocks of butter. Each block weighs 1 pound. She cuts each block into fourths. How many 1/4 pound pieces of butter does the chef have? So we are first drawing, this is for number 1. First thing we're doing is drawing the rectangles for the butter. So I have 5 pieces of butter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This goes in the blank space that you have. Second thing we do is divide each into fourths. I'm making them look like windows because that is by far the easiest way to make fourths. Okay? 1 line down, 1 line across. Instead of doing slash, 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 we don't need to do that. Finally, multiply the number of fourths in each block by the number of blocks. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blocks times 1, 2, 3, 4 inside the block. 5 times 4 is 20. So the chef has 20 1/4 pound pieces of butter. Number 2. What if the chef had 3 blocks of butter and cut them into thirds? 1, 2, 3 blocks of butter cut into thirds. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If you do 2 lines across, you end up with 3 pieces. I would end up with 3, because I have 3 blocks of butter, and 1, 2, 3, 3 parts in each. So 3 times 3 is 9. Number 3. Holly cuts 3 ribbons into 8ths for a craft project. How many 1/8 pieces of ribbon does she have? Okay, so I have 3 ribbons, which I'm going to cut in half first. Sorry, I know we shouldn't be cutting it that way. And then I'm going to cut in half again that way. I have my windows again. Then I'm going to cut the top and the bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. That's how I make it look like 8ths. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is equal to 24. Number 4. Jason has 2 pizzas he cuts into fourths. How many 1/4 size slices does he have? 2 pizzas. Again, do the over and across. So the 2, because that's how many pizzas we have. Each piece has 4. 2 times 4 is 8. Number 5. That's all we're doing on this part. This is literally all that we're doing. Feels like we're going back to multiplication again, doesn't it? Yeah, except that's kind of how division with fractions works anyway. You end up having to multiply it. Yeah, we'll talk about the actual trick for doing it without drawing the model first and all that kind of stuff a teensy tiny bit later. I think that might be the very next section. But for right now, they're just trying to get you to understand that as far as fractions are concerned, division and multiplication are best buds. Number 5. Thomas makes 5 sandwiches he cuts into thirds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. My sandwiches are getting funkier and funkier. All right. Cut them into thirds. I don't know why we're cutting a sandwich into thirds, but whatever. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sandwiches times 1, 2, 3 pieces for each sandwich. 5 times 3 is 15. Number 6. Oh, wait, we don't have a number 6. Okay, I guess we have time to do on your own today. We normally don't. We normally run out of time before then. Let's do on your own. Number 6. Julie wants to make a drawing that is 1/4 the size of the original drawing. Sahil makes a drawing that is 1/3 the size of the original. A tree in the original drawing is 12 inches tall. What will be the difference in the height of the tree in Julie and Sahil's drawings? Okay, so Julie is 1/4. Sahil is 1/3. The tree in the original drawing is 12 inches. Okay, so our original is 12. You see, I just wrote out the information. That's all that I did. I skipped the question part, went straight to the what information do I have part. Julie is 1/4, Sahil is 1/3, and the original was 12. Do you remember how we find that? Because we're not dividing it up into parts. We are multiplying. To find 1/4, I need to do 12 times 1/4. To find 1/3, I need to do 12 times 1/3. So let's do that. You know what? I'm just going to put it there. Times 12. And then I end up with 12/4. Or what is 12 divided by 4? 3. Down here, I'm going to multiply by 12. I end up with 12/3. What is 12 divided by 3? 4. And then it wants to know the difference, so I do 4 minus 3, which is 1. So the difference is 1 inch. And I'm going to go IN for inch because that is our abbreviation for inch. Number 7. 3 friends. Sorry, I'm actually, well, let me change that a little bit. Yeah. 3 friends go to a book fair. Alan spends $2.60. Maria spends 4 times as much as Alan. Aiko spends $3.45 less than Maria. How much does Aiko spend? So Alan spends $2.60. Maria spends 4 times as much. So we're going to multiply that by 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 goes there, 2 goes there. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 2, 10. Then we have 1, 2 with the decimal points. We go in 1, 2, $10.40. That is how much Maria spent. Aiko spends $3.45 less than that. So I'm going to subtract. Okay. I can't do it that way, so I'm going to borrow. That turns into a 3. That becomes a 10. 10 minus 5, 5. Can't do it that way, so I need to borrow. This becomes a 9. This becomes a 13. 13 minus 4, 9. 9 minus 3, 6. So Aiko spent $6.95. Number 8. Brianna has a sheet of paper that is 6 feet long. She cuts that length of paper into sixths and then cuts each of those sixths into thirds. How many pieces does she have? How many inches long is each piece? Okay. So, let's see. Let's use this. Okay. So I have one piece that is 6 yards long. There's my 6 yard long piece. 6 feet long, sorry. She cuts it into sixths. So I'm going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to make each side into thirds. So that ends up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She cuts it into sixths. Then she cuts each of those sixths into thirds. So that's cut into 3 parts. So is that, so is that, so is that, so is that, and so is that. How many pieces does she have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So she has 18 pieces. Then we want to know how long each of those pieces, how many inches long is each of those pieces. So we had how many inches long? Do you remember how many inches are in a foot? There are 12 inches in a foot. So 12 times our 6 feet. 2 times 6, 12. 6 times 1, 6 plus 1, 2, 7, sorry. Okay, so I need to I have 18 pieces. I have 72 inches. I need to divide this out. So 18 into 72. I'm not sure about that one right off the top of my head, so I'm going to work over here a little bit. 18 times, let's try, okay, so that's about 20. 20 goes into 7, that's close to 6. Sorry, I'm thinking. If 20 goes into 7, it's close to 6, so it goes in 3 times. So let's try times 3 and see what happens. 8 times 3 is 24. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5, 54. Not quite enough. 18 times 4. 8 times 4 is 32. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3, 7. There we go. 18 times 4 is 72. So each piece is 4 inches long. When you look back at problem 8, write a similar problem by changing the length of paper and the size of the pieces. So you can change that however you want to. It'll be perfectly fine. Okay? You just need to substitute different numbers. Yeah. And number 10, Adrian made 3 granola bars. He cut each granola bar into fourths. How many 1/4 size pieces of granola bar does Adrian have? So you draw the lines in. And then you can do what we were doing up here, where we were multiplying it across to find the answer, or you can literally count like we did down here to find the answer. Both ways will work. It's not going to be a problem either way. All right. Have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.